Duct say word law around, hey. Time for y'all fuck niggas to go.
Bitch, man, you the police too, man.
You done took all that dick, now you just wanna die.
It's the scene of the gang-related murder of Chad Billingsley.
Stop resisting, bro.
Hey, the nigga said Ola Runt.
In the modern era of hip-hop, few artists have had an impact on culture the way Playboi Carti has. From the early days of the SoundCloud era, when distorted 808s and rebellious energy took over the internet, to becoming one of the biggest artists in the world. Carti didn't just ride the wave, he became the wave. His music, fashion, and mysterious persona helped shape an entire generation of rap fans, blending punk, trap, and grunge aesthetics into something completely new.
The dick on the crack. I said the dick on the crack. Big! Big, big!
Yo, these niggas in Atlanta tripping.
But behind the vamp-like imagery, the gothic stage lights, and the chaotic rage concerts sits a label that represents Carti's vision. Opium. A collective where underground street culture collides with alternative fashion and experimental rap. And within that circle, one name continues to echo through both the music industry and the streets of Atlanta: Homixide. Many fans were first introduced to the name through the duo Homixide Benno and Homixide Michi, two artists signed directly under Carti's Opium imprint. Known for their aggressive delivery and high-energy rage sound, the pair quickly became staples of Carti's concerts, turning shows into full-blown mosh pit riots. But for casual fans, Homixide Gang might look like just another rap collective, a group of artists pushing Atlanta's newest sound. However, behind the music, the name Homixide carries a reputation that goes far deeper than playlists and tour dates. Because in Atlanta, Homixide isn't just a rap crew, it's a street organization, and its roots trace back to one of the most notorious movements to ever come out of the city: Duct Tape Entertainment, often shortened to DTE.
And we've been fucking with these niggas since 05. This ain't no new shit.
What we say about to do? We about to run the fuck niggas out the city.
Y'all fuck niggas get somewhere. Hey, we don't talk about it. Duct say word law around, hey. Time for y'all fuck niggas to go.
A name so respected in Atlanta's streets that it ties back to major figures in the hip-hop scene like the creator of DTE, Big Bank Black, a prominent rapper, actor, music executive, and social media personality recently making noise with his podcast Big Facts. DTE also being the crew of two of Atlanta's most influential rappers from Zone 6 who both recently sadly passed away. Trouble, who was shot and killed in March of 2022 after a tragic home invasion, and Alley Boy, who also passed away recently this year in 2026 after suffering kidney failure. Back in the late 2000s and early 2010s, DTE was a powerful blood-affiliated network that held serious influence across Atlanta's Zone 6 area. For years, the group built a reputation that rang through hoods, county jails, and prison yards across Georgia. And somewhere within that larger structure, a younger generation would form their own identity: Homixide Gang. Over time, the name grew beyond just one block or neighborhood. Members and affiliates began popping up across different parts of the city, and even outside of it. Some tied to the music industry, others tied to street conflicts that rarely make headlines outside Atlanta.
Put your face in there. Put your face in there. We gonna leave you alone. We're gonna get involved in everything, please. I ain't did shit like that out here, bro. Hey, Blitz.
31K. Okay.
Super 31K. Hey, Blitz.
One figure often associated with the Homixide Circle and is known as one of its creators is Problem Child 5, also known as Duty, a name that circulated heavily in Atlanta's street discussions after being locked up on multiple murder charges. Even alleged of being caught on surveillance video carrying out this spree of retaliated murders.
It was the scene of the 2019 gang-related murder of Chad Billingsley.
Was a fixture out there in the neighborhood, also a father to several children.
Caught on camera, says DA's investigator Marissa Viverito, who says she worked with Woolfolk as he used crime data.
But what really pushed Homixide into global conversation was a rivalry that turned into one of Atlanta's most infamous internal beefs, a war between former allies, Homixide, and another faction connected to the same roots, Henxhmen Gang 5L, commonly known simply as 5L. At the start of the beef, tensions between the two sides built quietly but quickly in Atlanta. But the situation would also be televised to many already in tune and soon exploded into mainstream attention after Carti dropped his long-awaited 2020 album, Whole Lotta Red. On the track Stop Breathing, Carti openly shouted out his close ties to Homixide and the Pyru blood set while throwing direct shots toward 5L.
I be thinking about Homixide. I be thinking about Homixide. Say that shit. Free love to. Free nigga milk. Free by my guy. Free brother child. We
The lyrics sparked massive online debate, especially when fans began connecting them to actual rumors involving Ola Runt, a rapper a part of the 5L side. Suddenly, a conflict that once stayed mostly inside Atlanta was being dissected by millions of fans across the internet. Carti even got white boys everywhere decked out in Homixide merch dropping 5L in their Instagram pics. But Homicide's reach doesn't stop there. Their influence stretches beyond the city limits, into surrounding counties and hoods that casual fans rarely hear about, including a DeKalb County gang known as 31 or 31 Glock Clan, a clique tied to underground Atlanta rapper Blow, and a group that's been linked to one of the bloodiest gang conflicts in DeKalb's recent history. Another name beginning to surface from the larger Homixide circle is Ealuhri, an emerging underground artist representing his crew YMM, a set under Homixide while honoring their fallen member Lil Yo. With raw street energy and a growing fan base, Ealuhri has slowly started carving out his own lane in Atlanta's underground scene, carrying on a legacy tied to the Homixide alliance. And that's what makes this story so complicated, because Homixide exists in two different worlds at once. First making noise on both with close ties to the 4L alliance affiliated with rappers like 21 Savage. Main Homixide members often seen in the music video backgrounds of popping Atlanta artists, leaving many to speculate who are the faces behind the scenes. On one side, you have the music, the mosh pits, the fashion, the viral rage sound dominating a new generation of rap. But on the other side, you have a street lineage tied to decades of Atlanta gang history, beefs, alliances, and conflicts that stretch far beyond the spotlight. So today, we're breaking down the different sets of Homixide, where they came from, how deep their roots really go, and how a name once known mainly in Atlanta neighborhoods as being perhaps the grimiest crew to come out the city, became connected to one of the biggest artists in the world. Because the story of Homixide is bigger than music, and it's far from over. When it comes to Atlanta's hip-hop scene, few places carry as much weight in both music and street history as Zone 6. Located on the city's east side, the area has produced some of the most influential names in modern rap. Artists like Future from Kirkwood helped define an entire generation of trap music, while East Atlanta would become home to major figures like 21 Savage, Young Nudy, and Atlanta legend Gucci Mane, who recently went viral online with snitch allegations after bruh got kidnapped and robbed by Memphis rapper Pooh Shiesty and his dad attempting to get out of Gucci's 1017 label. Niggas really thinking this the 1990s.
Press, pen to the paper, but it's under duress. Wow.
But deeper inside Zone 6 sits another neighborhood that has quietly played its own major role in Atlanta's street and rap culture, Edgewood. Over the years, Edgewood has produced its own lineup of well-known figures in both the streets and the music industry. Names like Big Bank, Alley Boy, Trouble, Ola Runt, and Problem Child 5 would all come from the same general area. Like many neighborhoods throughout Zone 6, these communities weren't isolated from each other. Different generations of rappers and street crews often shared close ties, alliances, and family connections that stretched across East Atlanta's surrounding blocks. But one specific place would eventually become the center of it all: the Edgewood Court Apartments, commonly referred to as the Edgewood Court Projects.
Go fuck with.
Yeah, tell them why they mad. Tell them why they mad. Where we at, man? Turn around, get this way, man. Let them see.
In the bricks,
yeah,
for real.
Yeah.
I already know how we doing. Yeah, we lying right now.
Yeah.
I made it right move. Let's hit into my next Got $1 million on you now, Mike. Hard to line in that motherfucker. That for real.
Hey man, this is little Kurtwood, Mexico shit, man. Y'all know we down in Edgewood. Fucking with bank, man. You know, zone 64. Y'all already know what it is, man. This shit money fucking dope.
I'm being your motherfucking ass, ain't the word on no fine.
No photo. Edgewood, from Mexico all the way around the motherfucking globe. Like, you know how we rock the nigga 3 bands.
Yeah, that motherfucker way nigga.
Today, Edgewood is widely known as one of Atlanta's most historic entertainment districts, packed with nightlife, restaurants, and a vibrant hip-hop culture that attracts people from across the city. However, it is to mention that in today's Atlanta, whenever natives mention Edgewood, they're in fact referring to 2 areas that are often just accepted to be blurred together now. The Edgewood neighborhood, one of the oldest hoods in Zone 6 many rappers would hail from, that has quickly become gentrified, and Edgewood Avenue, the vibrant residential nightlife and hip-hop culture-inspired street that begins in downtown Atlanta and makes way through areas like Little 5 Points, Old 4th Ward, and stops just short at Inman Park. But long before the nightlife and redevelopment, once a beloved hood to many residents, which now these days is probably common to see Sarah walking down the street with her dog, the Edgewood neighborhood carried a reputation for something else entirely: crime. You see, Edgewood hasn't always been such a nice area. Before the 1996 Centennial Olympics that led to the redevelopment of multiple bad areas in Atlanta, Edgewood was originally built for working-class families that also often included poverty and trying to make ends meet, forcing a lot of those misfortunate enough to jump off the porch. And at the forefront of Edgewood's crime, Mason Avenue, the street connecting to the infamous Edgewood Courts. For decades, the Edgewood Court projects were known as one of the rougher pockets of Zone 6, producing some of the most respected and feared street crews in Atlanta. 2 of those crews would eventually rise to the forefront of the neighborhood: the infamous Homixide Gang and their bitter rivals, Henxhmen Gang 5L. Both groups came from the same environment, the same blocks, and in many cases even the same childhood circles. But as time went on, what started as a simple miscommunication would slowly evolve into a bitter rivalry fueled by pride, loyalty, and street politics. A story of brothers from the same hood who would eventually become enemies. You see, as I initially mentioned, Duct Tape, or DTE being like the foundation of all these crews, initially formed by Bigg as a music label, would quickly become feared and respected as Bank attempted to take multiple faces from his hood and push them into superstardom, built on the realities of their experiences in the Zone 6 hood, where music was a way of documenting life rather than creating a fantasy image. Bank had connections that reached beyond the streets. His networking with certain labels eventually brung him a distribution deal with Atlantic Records. And while he was known in the streets as an OG, Bank knew that authenticity and respect is something you couldn't buy in the industry, yet alone Atlanta.
Yeah.
Hood felt nigga every time, all the time. Anytime the tape in the building is
about to cook up something real special.
And we've been fucking with these niggas since 05. This ain't no new shit.
What we say about to do? We about to run the fuck niggas out the
y'all
city.
fuck nigga get somewhere. Hey, we won't talk about it. Duct say word law around. Hey, time for y'all fuck niggas go. Straight up. Straight like that. These niggas finna go or pay. All that shooting video down, finna stamp this shit with hood up there right now. Come on, school. Come on, school. All my niggas doing. Hey, y'all see this shit? All did the real face on the A. Finna stamp this shit right now. Ain't no more of that shooting video down here, all that shit. None of y'all rap pussy ass nigga if y'all ain't paying homage to the tape. All that shit out the motherfucking door from now on. So all that out of town shit like you coming out here, moving out here, working and shit, that shit a rap, nigga. This day forward, nigga. The tape, that's on everything. Get your fuck ass on!
Atlanta and Zone 6 legends who both tragically passed. Alley Boy and Trouble can be seen calling out all the out-of-towners moving to the city to boost their rap careers. a phenomenon that's still casually happening in the city till this day, ironically. Both would be co-founders of the DTE crew, and as they stated, their word was law to many of the goons in Atlanta, specifically stating that if those who come to the A and refuse to check in with duct tape, they're going to have to pay, basically admitting that they're planning to begin extorting niggas. And among the start of the crew's peak, we would eventually see that they weren't joking around at all. A prime example of that would be from the viral incident between rapper Young LA and Duct Tape, specifically Playboi, all seemingly over a misunderstanding. See, Young LA is a rapper from the city who broke out in 2008 with his hit Ain't I, alongside T.I. and Young Dro, becoming one of Grand Hustle Records' biggest and most promising new artists. A label created by T.I. and also distributed by Atlantic. By 2010, however, his career had stalled after his album was shelved, and he eventually separated from Grand Hustle and Interscope.
That was my claim to fame. Grand Hustle was my claim to fame, brother.
Yeah.
I mean, who could you ever went to? At that time, I signed with Grand Hustle. Who else was bigger? For a kid dreaming in Atlanta. At that point, if you got with the king of the South, you were legitimate. You was everything. You was almost equal to the king. That's how much that stamp meant.
Young LA, however, already built a solidified status with his buzz in Atlanta's rap scene. Already had networked with multiple big faces in the industry, and claimed to have already knew several members from Zone 6 as he started spending time recording and partying with them. He also stated to have had a meeting with the group's CEO, Bigg to discuss an official link-up. But Young LA, however, didn't anticipate the consequences that would come from affiliating with a street organization he had no legitimate ties to. Believing he was officially aligned with the crew, LA got a tattoo of a microphone-wielding duck on his cheek, a tattoo that's supposed to show direct unmatched loyalty and permanent membership to the DTE crew. However, Duct Tape Hunxho Playboi publicly stated that LA never received an okay from the label.
Yeah, I'm willing to lay down about this, man. And anybody who ain't willing to do that about this, they don't got no business with it on, you know. Hey, look, it's just, man, anybody who been doing the background and know about us, know anything about Duct Tape, man, they just know that goes totally against anything we represent, talk about, or whatever, you know. It would have had to been a real financial gain for us to even just go that route,
That's
man.
the logo. A lot of people just saying it's just a duck on his face, but he got the Duct Tape logo on his face.
Y'all that don't know.
For y'all that don't know,
man.
You know, y'all been DTing it on y'all face, but y'all ain't even got the duck.
I'll look at, you know, Lil Trouble just came home, man, DTing it face been there, man. You know, you know, all DTs, my whole family got DTs in their face, man. You know, it's some who don't. But that's a big much, man. That's like some mascot shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
as Playboi believed he was using their brand for publicity after leaving Grand Hustle. From DTE's perspective, it wasn't simply support. It was someone claiming an identity they hadn't earned.
New tattoo, Duck still in my face.
Let go!
It ain't going nowhere.
Let go!
What they said on World Star? Damn. I'm in AUG, got guns behind me. Hear me? I don't need no security. I told them folk when I come down the step, I don't want no security. I ain't no fucking rapper. Rock my jewelry anyway. Ain't nobody finna fuck with me. I am still one of y'all. Let's go, man. I come back and hang with all the robbers. Let go. All the robbers. No pistol, none of that. All my jewelry on 4 seasons Tumblerville. Real nigga shit.
And soon after the backlash intensified, the beef would go viral online as Playboi and multiple other Duct Tape affiliates confronted Young LA in a physical altercation caught on video that quickly made its way around social media.
You ain't ordinary, man. You ain't ordinary, man. You ain't ordinary, bro. You be...
The footage became one of the earliest viral Atlanta rap incidents, showing LA being surrounded and assaulted. The video badly damaged his public image at a time when social media was becoming central to hip-hop culture.
I just feel like, you know, you can't control, everybody can't control one person or what one person want to be on the field, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like shit, when you in the streets, like, street shit do happen, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, that's all, you know, shit get kept in the street, you feel me?
Was that a setup? You feel like, was it fully like you got set up, like somebody told you were going there for a different reason?
Nah, I just feel like what's supposed to happen just sometimes just happen. Like I say, when you in the street, sometimes you get the short end of the stick. You don't win every battle. Like, I don't know, no street nigga really like won everything. Like, sometimes you get caught down, but like you got the ups, you get the short end of the stick. That's just how the street go. You don't really know, you know what I'm saying, how it's gonna play out.
At that time though, like how upset were you when the video came out on World Star, and what was going through your head in terms of how do I save face from this, or what do I got to do to make the situation right?
I just know who I am, and all I say is shit, I gotta figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's done, it was done. Like, at that point when that transpired, that shit I was really done. When it hit the internet, it was like, okay, I felt that went, like, I was like, damn, who the hell recorded it? Like, that's what part I ain't get. Like, we really getting into who the hell took their phone out to record the shit, you know what I'm saying?
And soon after the humiliating video went viral, Young LA covered the Duct tat with a Los Angeles Dodgers logo only weeks later. Many people interpreted this as backing down from DTE under pressure, although LA has maintained he wasn't trying to disrespect anyone, and he didn't feel right as a man keeping it on his face, especially after the physical altercation.
Really, it was a decision that I made on myself, because it was like, okay, now this, I done embraced this brotherhood, and now this happened with me and Ali, so it's just like, you know, these are his alliances and his day one, you feel me? So after this incident occurred you see what I'm saying, when me and Ali got into it, it's like, there's no way I can keep this on my face, you know what I'm saying? There's no way as a man, I don't want to look, you know what I'm saying? At that time, that you know, that was just my life. I can't keep this on my face, so I got the cover up. That's how I got the Bigg LA.
Yeah.
However, as this incident continued to be discussed in Atlanta's hip-hop scene for years, thankfully in 2024, Ali Boy and Young LA would finally come together in an interview to break the silence on their past issues and how they eventually squashed the beef.
Difference in man, gotta show these niggas like we better together, my nigga. You know what I mean? We really on some shit like, man, you showing the world. Like, we really on some shit like, this example for niggas. This example for niggas, like, you ain't gotta be stuck on that shit, my nigga. Like, look what Thug just went through. Imagine if it wasn't no blood shit in between the shit, what it could have been. Them niggas could have got together and made a bankroll, you know what I mean? So the shit really be unfortunate. So we looking at this shit like this for the city, let alone the culture, you know what I mean? Like, just period, you know what I mean?
But anyways, this just goes on to show you what type of timing DTE was on, and the feared roots the Homixide crew would evolve from. Being affiliated with some of the most respected crews in Edgewood, and the neighboring Kirkwood areas in Zone 6 like Future's own FBG or Taliban Gang, and even going on to build a relationship with Savage and his Slaughter Gang 4L crew early on throughout their careers. Becoming like a dynasty on the city's east with Zone 6's most influential rappers, all clicked up together under their blood affiliations, most notably with sets like Sex Money Murda. Another crew that was affiliated with DTE and built a notorious reputation in Edgewood was a set known as the Runts, also sometimes going by R6 to rep their affiliations to the Rollin 60s Crip set. Becoming so dangerous that the crew would appear in the 2011 National Gang Threat Assessment, a name that may have inspired Edgewood native Ola Runt and his affiliations, as he used to also rep Duct tape. And as time went on, younger generations began forming their own sub-cliques and branches from Duct tape, which leads us to the early origins of the Homixide crew as we know it, where a lot of members started repping another block the crew would hang on, 800 Smith Street, better known as Backstreet, or just 800. Initially a bunch of homes on the end of Smith Street in the Mechanicsville neighborhood that were owned by DTE affiliate Leezy, also known as Uncle Man, who was a big-time hustler with major connections in the Edgewood area along the likes of Bigg Bank. The homes on Smith Street originally being bought and used as booming traps that date all the way back to the 2000s. With one of the main homes on 800 even going on to be decorated in graffiti showing the Backstreet logo. The block soon became a legendary hotspot for Duct tape members as Leezy began pushing the 800 or 800 block Backstreet movement, which would go on to be shouted out by Bigg Bank, stating he has emerging artists coming from the area.
I got a whole crew. I'm still, you know, bringing the next generation of this Duct tape thing. I don't even want to call their names out, but it's a whole new crew coming. The whole 800 Backstreet, we coming hard, like.
The block even going on to gain even more reputable status when major hip-hop figures like Future and 21 Savage began also shooting videos and hanging out on Backstreet. One of the artists that was handpicked by Big Bank and pushed by the DTE crew heavily was Problem Child 5, as I mentioned before, would be known as the creator of the original Homixide crew. Now, PC5 has built a notorious reputation in the streets way before he even began rapping, a fact that Big Bank also wanted to let the world know. Who hustled his way through Edgewood streets and built a close bond with major figures in duct tape like Big Bank and his son Lil One. Who can even be seen with figures like Ola Runt and throwbacks before the beef happened.
What do you think that made Bank want to stand beside Problem Child and be like, this the one?
Well, he out, like, you know, he been there since, like, before I was born. So that's always been like a father figure to me. But wow. It just, yeah, like, this son, like, ain't nothing. Like, that's what I know.
Yeah.
Becoming an essential face in the DTE crew by 2016 to where he would begin forming his own movement with affiliates from Zone 6 and Backstreet in Zone 3, which would consist of blood sets like Billy or 9 Trey and Sex Money Murda. PC5 eventually going on an interview hinting that the Homixide Gang's reckless behavior in the streets is a part of what made him decide to change his name and rebrand himself for his career.
Before the Problem Child, it was Homixide Duty.
Come on.
Yeah, that's Homixide Gang.
Let's take it back. Let's take it back.
That's stamped on the east side. Like, I had to really leave the east side because I got too hot. Like, it was just on fire. Like, hell no, I need to go toward the city. I got to go to Zone 3. We got to go to Pittsburgh. Cause the east side is, man, that shit, that's out of control right there. Like, it's too many points got to get proven. That, man, no, we ain't going to, we done that already. Go ahead over here and just relax because over there, you're going to end up catching you a baddie. You're going to be locked up. You don't want to go through that right now.
So coming from Homixide to Problem Child, you know what I'm saying? Tell me the difference between Homixide and Problem Child now.
Homixide, the young nigga, the shoot up parties, the
look. Allegedly, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And amongst the rise of PC5's new homicide movement rapidly making waves in Atlanta, it had major street and industry backing as the wealthiest crews to come out. The city's east would all click together under one single movement that began being repped amongst top rappers from the area like 21 Savage. They all began going by the Mob, an alliance of the east side's most influential faces. Not to be confused with the Goodfellas or GF Mob Gang in the city I previously did videos on. However, amongst Problem Child's peak as he just was really beginning to pop off with his music career, he would be hit with serious charges that would put his career on a still in 2019 when he was dreadfully hit with 5 murder charges. Something that's made him quite a controversial figure in the Atlanta scene, with the alleged bodies this nigga was collecting like Thanos in 2019. Police had yet to reveal all the information regarding all the victims, but one murder PC5 was charged with. A 32-year-old man named Chad Billingsley made rounds to social media when police released surveillance footage of the shooting along an announcement from District Attorney Fonnie Willis stating her office have been heavily involved in targeting gangs responsible for overlapping violent crimes in Operation Heatwave.
It was the scene of the 2019 gang-related murder of Chad Billingsley.
Was a fixture out there in the neighborhood, also a father to several children.
Caught on camera, says DA's investigator Marissa Viverito, who says he worked with Woolfolk as he used crime data, link analysis by gang experts, and other intelligence to scientifically select that part of Boulevard for the first night of Heatwave.
There was a time where duct tape was considered one of the most respected crews in Zone 6, through means of physical violence or their main tactic, extortion, which leaves many fans to speculate on the faces that recently popped up around the crew over the years like Playboi Carti, leaving many fans to wonder if Carti is one of those figures that DTE, 800 and Homixide circles is getting their piece from. But as the crew became more open and business-minded, Carti would turn out to be one of the rappers duct tape knew for a while through Carti's musical buzz during his rise in the scene. Carti had already networked with other buzzing rappers and built close bonds with rappers like Slime Seattle and his Rich Slime Gang crew, a blood-affiliated underground Atlanta rap group. While Carti was from the south side in areas like Fairburn and Riverdale, he did have cousins affiliated with these crews which would go on to naturally make him build relationships with other Atlanta industry giants such as Duct Tape and Homixide. And when Carti could be seen hanging around essential DTE members frequently and getting co-signed by Big Bank, we begin hearing about some of the notable members from the Homixide crew, such as PC5, Benno, Michi, Molly, Lil 1, Lil Demon, Big Sosa, and of course R5. And while tensions were secretly internally brewing between certain Duct Tape members in the streets, Carti would go on to drop one of the biggest songs of his career on his most anticipated album that would expose the world to one of the craziest stories to come out of Atlanta. By 2020, if you asked almost anyone in Atlanta who the next superstar was, one name kept coming up: Ola Runt. Fresh home from serving 5 years in prison at age 16, the Edgewood native exploded onto the underground scene with songs like Brazy Story and Feel Like Guwap, where Big Bank and Lil 1 can be seen in the video. His gritty storytelling and unmistakable Atlanta sound quickly turned him into one of the hottest new artists in the city, earning cosigns from Gucci Mane and national attention from music outlets. But behind the music, Edgewood was beginning to split. Long before the internet knew the names Homixide or Henxhmen, many of the young men on both sides had grown up around each other. They came from the same neighborhood, crew, shared mutual friends, and appeared together in older photos and videos.
In the street with this shit, we in the street, no. We rockin' up 8 space shot. We got this coat out here with the bag on the arm.
The conflict wasn't simply between two rap groups, it was a neighborhood dividing itself. As Ola's popularity skyrocketed, another major figure entered the picture: Gucci Mane. Gucci publicly embraced Ola, jumped on the remix to Feel Like Guwap, and tried bringing the rising rapper deeper into the 1017 family after recognizing his potential. At the same time, Edgewood already had powerful local influences, including Duct Tape and Big Bank Black, who had their own relationships throughout the neighborhood. And Big Bank would actually shout Ola Runt out in an interview as one of the rising artists from Edgewood he and his Duct Tape crew were pushing as one of the next stars from their area.
Most definitely Ola Runt. He out my neighborhood.
Going hard, yep.
Ola, he going nuts right now.
One side from Edgewood, specifically Mason Avenue and the Edgewood Court Apartments, an area called Frontstreet, would still rep this block heavily instead of 800 block Backstreet on Smith Street in Zone 3. One part of Mason Avenue in Edgewood that's always been a hotspot for Duct Tape was 69 Mason Avenue, which used to be known as the Red Store. That's been the location of where multiple videos were shot, an area Ola Runt would rep heavily along with his close circle of homeboys he grew up with. Ola and his circle began calling their crew Henxhmen Gang 5L or 5 Life, which was sort of the younger generation hailing from the Runts gang set that used to run Edgewood with DTE, consisting of some Bloods and rolling 60s Crips due to their roots to the Runts.
We Frontstreet, really. We got the movement, we henchmen. Everybody, we some motherfucking henchmen, like brotherhood. This ain't no gang. We on some real brother shit, like on some real deal loyalty shit, just on some favor for favor societies type shit. We ain't too piped up. We ain't doing no flexing. We just letting these folk know we here, and we here to stay.
The divide was becoming impossible to ignore. However, just amongst the peak of Ola's careers where he was looking to make big moves for his career, tensions grew after Ola aligned himself with Gucci instead of signing to Big Bank and Duct Tape. Others claim existing personal issues between Gucci Mane and Big Bank only made matters worse. Because not too soon after all the animosity, Ola Runt would take to Instagram to call out Big Bank, accusing him of being jealous and showing fake love. And while internal tensions were brewing between Ola Runt and Big Bank's crews, it would become alleged that Bank's crew and associates from Duct Tape and Homixide would leave Frontstreet and make the 800 block or Backstreet their main hood instead. Something Ola Runt would call out on his song Mob Father, a direct play on Big Bank's album and nickname The Godfather, where he disses Big Bank, claiming he'll make The Godfather call the cops, while also claiming Henxhmen Gang ran Bank and his crew out of Edgewood and to Backstreet instead. While Bank soon responded to the video trolling Ola back.
Look at that bitch ass nigga, man.
You know, little bad kids in the video and shit, man.
Nigga, you bitch, you ain't told nothing.
And in the midst of the drama, Problem Child 5 would go on to make a response track titled PP's Son, PP being Ola's father.
At my nigga funeral, I heard they tried to slide on me. Catch a henchman out the slip and hit him with that 53. Coulda really hit Lil Ola, but he took off for the street. The young nigga really actors, they be capping on these beats.
However, Ola wasn't feeling this track and would soon take to Instagram Live to diss PC5 back, while also taking shots at Carti in the process, calling him a fashion blood.
The niggas ain't even from Edgewood, man. Hey, and Problem Child, your daddy name Big O. Big O is a preacher. Y'all heard Big O is a preacher, man. Big O is a preacher and he's a chef. He cook food, no dope. Y'all heard me? My father cooked dope. Y'all heard me? Your father cooked food, nigga. You talking about? And then listen, Big Bank started fucking your mama when she was like 14. And he was like in his 20s. So that shit like you his stepchild. Y'all don't see him throwing these guns up no more since I've been out. I don't see these niggas throwing these guns up no more.
Don't do that no more. They just...
These niggas fashion blood. These niggas be fashion banging, man. A lot of these niggas fashion blood. They want to dye their hair. They want to, you know what I'm saying? They just want to dye their hair. And...
Ola also going on to tell his homeboy that the hate they're receiving will only make them bigger.
Finna fuck the streets up. This is my year. This is my summer. You know what I'm saying? We got the whole rap industry. It's my hour. Listen, we got my boy 24 left eye. His next. Yo. Little baby boy. Let me tell you, bro. The hate gonna make you so big. You gonna be the biggest artist in the world. You heard me? Listen, y'all remember me saying this shit about it. You gonna be the biggest artist in the world. You know? Yeah.
Unironically, hate would plummet the career of the nigga in the video, 24 Left Eye, after some diabolical allegations came to light. Bruh humiliated himself so bad that not only would he go on to be kicked out of Henxhmen, but the nigga would also try to commit self-deletion on a highway which went viral in Atlanta and on the internet.
You done took all that dick, now you just want to die. Hey, you ain't die from the dick. Walking on the... Oh, he's moonwalking. Look at him, bro. When he's spraying his arm, he's saying, I want a dick this wide, this big, and this long.
Anyways, PC5 would respond to Ola's claims, however, when he went live with Big Bank's son Lil 1, describing how allegedly Ola Runt and Left Eye ran during a shootout during a funeral.
Henxhmen! On my phone, I ain't never seen so many henchmen running at the funeral. I seen niggas running. I seen Lil Left Eye. I swear to God, I seen Left Eye watching Ola get shot at, bro. I swear to God. Ola done went to the right. Left Eye went to the left. I said, oh, hell no. Well, I'm following my brother. Hey. I'm following my dog.
The situation even becoming so tense for Bank that he would take to the internet crashing out detailing how Ola's father PP used to wear all his clothes.
Nigga a pussy, man. Your daddy got my pants. I forgot that nigga got my pants, his shirt, and my shoe. Look at it, same pants, but I had on the head wrap. Now keep it real, y'all. I know you fuck with these folk, but you know that boy is a bitch. And any nigga putting a battery in his back is a bitch too. Straight up.
And while Ola Runt was steadily becoming one of Atlanta's most promising new stars, with his beef with Homixide and the Duct tape crew making him quite controversial not only in Atlanta, but the internet, Ola's career would be put on a temporary still as he would be arrested at Atlanta's iconic Lenox Mall with someone recording, where Ola claims that Big Bank is the police.
Man, fuck all these hang-ass niggas. Big Bank, you the police too, man. Make sure you pull that shit, man. Tell these folks Big Bank a rat, man. All these niggas ain't telling on me, man. All y'all niggas some rats, man. Keep my name out your mouth, man. All y'all niggas some rats. Real shit. All y'all niggas some police.
Ola Runt, however, would be caught in trouble with law enforcement again the following month when he was arrested after going live having a high-speed chase with 12, with authorities later coming out to confirm he was caught after hiding in the woods. And with Henxhmen Gang's top rapper off the streets, the Homixide Gang would also go through unfortunate events too when, sadly, they would lose one of their most beloved members on June 28th of 2020 after the victim was fatally shot in head on Backstreet around 10 p.m. That member was named Fears, better known as Big Sosa. who would also be the son of rapper and co-founder of Duct Tape, Veli Sosa. With Problem Child 5, however, later going on to make a post mourning Sosa's death, stating he was with Sosa the day he passed, which would become eerie once later, knowing the theories behind his passing. Being the son of one of Duct Tape's co-founders, of course Sosa would be a big loss for the crew, the name becoming familiar to some after figures like Playboi Carti began mourning his fallen brother, even going on to pay homage to Sosa during his 2021 Lollapalooza performance, where he would also perform the Stop Breathing diss track to hundreds of thousands. Carti would claim during his set that he has double lives while paying tribute.
When I made this song, I was thinking about my brother. You know, I lost my brother recently. His name was Sosa, and I really loved him so much. And y'all just, you know what I'm saying, we could talk about this another day. I just gotta understand, like, I mean, you know what I'm saying, I got 2 different lives. And when I'm not being King Vamp and all this other shit, I'm in the streets for real.
The track Stop Breathing from Carti's long-anticipated album Whole Lotta Red, as I mentioned before, was a heavy diss towards the Henxhmen gang, while Carti repped his Blood, Homixide, Duct Tape, and Futures crew, FBG or Taliban gang's affiliations, becoming dissected online for millions to decipher. And not too long, it seemed like everyone online was putting the pieces together, trying to understand the names being said. Carti shouting to free members like Homicide's Problem Child and FBG's Migo Bliff, before iterating that you can find him around Homicide members like Lil Demon, Homixide Benno, and R5, a figure that would tragically pass away the following year in 2021 from a drug overdose. Some say after allegedly receiving a fake pill. Some claim he took his own life due to the pain and struggles he endured. Either way, R5, real name Rashad Dowdy's death, was ruled as a suicide. And just like the Sosa incident, R5's death would hit the Homixide crew hard, but also the city, as R5 was also another buzzing rapper from the crew that built a fan base in Atlanta's underground with hits like Lionheart and On My Side, becoming a Homixide member with a cult-like fan base that was often seen around big rappers in Atlanta and appearing in their videos. And not too soon after, Henxhmen members like 24 Left Eye would take to social media to diss R5 heavily.
Coochie ass niggas killing themselves and shit.
Bitch killed himself. I'm talking about blit, 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 blit. Ain't no more Prince. Oh, that nigga dead. Bad.
Myself like R5. Tight shit.
Tight shit.
Fuck that bitch.
Yeah. Man, gonna be high as R5, man, by the end of the night.
He ain't high, he in hell.
Oh, more definitely.
However, in the Stop Breathing track, Carti also makes some crazy claims that he allegedly had Ola Runt stabbed in jail over a pie. However, Ola Runt would later go on to call the allegations cap.
Then you making it seem like you got me stabbed in jail, though. Like, I run the jails. That's my shit, you know what I'm saying? I run that shit. Nobody's never stabbed me. I be like, that shit too funny. Like, this gotta be rap shit. This gotta be some rap shit, so.
As well as another Henxhmen 5L member and rising rapper known as Benji Blue Bills, who responded to the track with a remix on the same beat where he says Carti was lying about the Ola situation, as well as claiming that Carti's brother actually killed his other brother, and he bet Carti didn't know. Many fans going on to speculate that he was talking about the Sosa situation, where rumors in Atlanta's streets began hinting that PC5 might have actually had something to do with Sosa's death. Carti would go on to seemingly clap back at Benji in his song You're the Moon, where Carti claims he has been looking for Benji, something Left Eye would seemingly take a jab at on live warning Carti he really doesn't want to see Benji.
I promise a nigga don't want to see Benji.
Seemingly hinting at certain rumors involving Benji claiming 2 of Unfunk's best friends, Young Thug's brother, had died the same day they dissed Benji. Meanwhile, reaching September of 2024, Ola Runt would be released from federal prison after serving 4 years. And while the beef thankfully quieted down between the years of Ola's absence, it would pick up again when Carti would begin trolling Henxhmen Gang leading up to the release of his album I Am Music, where Carti claimed that Homixide was the real 5L or 5 Life. Ola Runt would head directly back to dissing Homixide post-release, specifically coming for Carti this time as he took to Instagram to call Carti a red dragon while posting suspect pics of him. And just amidst the crews beginning to go back and forth again, Ola Runt would be arrested again on yet another high-speed chase while being an escapee from a Virginia prison. And while the top rappers hailing from these crews were in a tense internal rivalry that made Homixide one of the most controversial crews from the city, their influence would begin spreading out to the outskirts of the city, where younger Homixide members and affiliates began forming their own little cliques all around the east side. Some featured in recent events tied to one of the most violent gang conflicts in DeKalb County, others making waves in the music industry rapping about their experiences in the streets. One of those crews, 31 or 31 Glock Clan, sometimes going by SRT, was a set of bloods formed in Lithonia with a lot of members primarily repping the G-Shine or GKB set. Others consisted of Homixide members that extended way beyond the borders of what most people considered Zone 6, and as I covered extensively in my previous video, 31 would be one of the crews that directly played a part in the DeKalb County War against 4L members, particularly rapper Hunxho's crew, Trench Babies, or 2 Iffy. This conflict would go on be a massive controversy in Atlanta's scene, ranging from shootouts, even sadly to death. And when the 31 and Homixide members got arrested on a RICO in 2024, multiple 31 members would go out bad to TB members in the DeKalb County Jail, where inmates recorded Homixide members getting brutalized and denouncing their gang.
Please, bro. Please leave me alone, bro. I can't fall for everything, please. I ain't did shit like that again, bro. Say look, man.
Hey, pull his ass out, twin. So slap his head, twin. Slap me head or something. Ass out. Hey, Blitz.
31K. Okay.
Super 31K. Super 31K. Hey, Blitz.
Which brings us to another notable Homixide set that formed in Decatur, YMM, or Lil Yo Gang. A set that's become popular in the underground scene recently with rappers like Ealuhri and XXL, building a fan base mixing Carti's rage sound with raw street energy. The YMM crew was a name that beginning to build their own reputation outside out Homixide, until the murder of a 19-year-old YMM member. Demario Hollis, better known as Lil Yo, was tragically gunned down on June 26th of 2023 after a drive-by occurred on 2474 Wesley Chapel near a Krispy Kreme, apparently while Lil Yo was selling water. Lil Yo being such a beloved member that Homixide members would go on to record themselves seemingly catching and torturing Lil Yo's killer in jail.
Bro, stop resisting, bro. Okay. Stop playing.
But anyways, these would be the most notable faces to come out of Homixide Gang, who went on to build their own reputation of one of the biggest alliances in the city. And it seems their influence will do nothing but gradually continue to grow throughout Atlanta. Now, do you see why they're known as probably the city's most grimiest crew? Built off a long history and complicated story of extortion, betrayal, and loyalty, Homixide carries a name in Atlanta that will forever hold weight not only in the streets, but also the music scene.